Hey everybody, Aaron here. Welcome back to the First City Podcast, the brand new YouTube channel. This is a YouTube exclusive. We are coming to you live, episode 3 with Jimmy Carrano, aka Mr. Jimmy Avocados himself. We're going to go into the kitchen here and he's going to cook up some grub for us while we're going to do our podcast. So stick around and let's go see what he's going to make for us.
For all time's sake. As time goes by. It's been a long time. Some of the old songs. For all time's sake. As time goes by. It's been a long time. Some of the old songs. For all time's sake. As time goes by. It's been a long time. For all time's sake.
I don't know what you mean, Miss Elsa.
It's like hot ones without the
hot.
the threat of pain.
I make hot sauce.
I take reflux medicine twice a day, so
Same.
mild
Yeah.
taco. Here, cheers.
Cheers.
Thank you for feeding me. Mm. Mm. Now, what is in the corn thing there? What's that cream?
So we use a mixture of mayonnaise, Mexican crema, lime juice. We have our own seasonings in house that we kind of put in there. Like our secret sticks to the traditional, which is mostly just salt, pepper, a little bit, maybe a little bit of garlic. We had onion in there. We had a little bit of jalapeno, some juices. And we actually use that base mix for our street corn too. And then we'll just add the tortilla cheese as we grill the corn off in the pan. We take the sauce out, add the cheese to it to make it kind of like that creamy, cheesy mixture.
Mm-hmm.
And it works good for the street corn too. It tastes a lot better than just our regular Mexican mayonnaise that we were using for our street corn.
When you're not eating Mexican food or Tex-Mex or what have you, what are other things that you enjoy eating?
I think being a cook as long as I have and a chef as long as I have, my breed has single-handedly kept gas station food in business. However, if I had to pick dishes that I absolutely love, the Creole style, Louisiana style, all that. It's just that kind of touches my soul there. I grew up in very diverse poor communities as a kid, so it was a lot of you get that real big family knit when you're in those style of communities. All the kids hang out with each other, all the kids hang out at everybody else's houses. So even from before I even touch kitchens, I got to try cuisine from all the way around the world. Growing up Columbus, like just that the city atmosphere where there's a little more culture, a little more diversity. So yeah, Yeah, it's just that would be it's anything from Louisiana.
I think that was probably one of the best tacos I ever had. I like the fact, I like the creaminess of it, but I also like that it has that little hint of acidity at the end.
Mm-hmm.
Because usually creamy is kind of heavy,
Mm-hmm.
but that little bit of acidity as it's going down in the back of the palate, it just felt like it like took away some of the heaviness to it.
Yeah.
It was very nice. And that's the hint of lime and is that cilantro?
Yep.
Very good. Interested to check out these pickled onions?
Pickled radish.
Radishes, okay. I am a very non-cultured food eater, so microgreens and anything that like I know pickles, but I've never pickled anything else.
When we try to, I don't want to say fool anybody, but kind of, you can get so technical with the names of things when it comes to food, like you can in anything. So we try to kind of like chili lime chicken tacos. So something simple gives you an idea of the flavors that are in there and is more appealing and really gets people to try new things. I mean, I like to think that to an extent I've definitely had a good amount of people come in and try stuff that they've said, hey, I normally wouldn't try this, but this was amazing,
Yeah.
because you start hearing all these big words and you're like, just give me, meat and cheese. Let me give me some plain stuff. And you start like
scared to go into parts of the menu that never dived in. It's similar to me when I go to the casino and the table games. I want to play them so bad, but I don't want to look like an idiot.
Exactly.
So I just sit there and watch them play the table games.
Yep.
So I'm guessing extensive menus and cultured foods that we don't get around here very often. It's easier just to order taco, please. Because they don't want to try to pronounce things. Or
I can
I've
cook
been there.
a million different dishes, and my kids are still chicken tenders and French fries kind of kids. And
I'm 40 and I am too.
yeah, so I will say they're getting there, and it's not so much my oldest Lucas, my youngest Aiden. He's big on where I'm like, you got to try one bite of something, man. Just try one bite. You don't like it, you don't like it. But I'm like, let's just like flavors. There's more out there than McDonald's and Burger King. So.
When I was a kid, my little sister, when we would go to Western Sizzlin' when it was still like in the traffic circle area.
Yeah, I remember that. Yep.
We used to have to go to the McDonald's and get her a cheeseburger Happy Meal to bring to Western Sizzlin' because we were so uncultured swine that even Western Sizzlin' was a little bit too out there for some for members of our family.
No.
I get it. So I'm going to jump in on this one now and remind me again what it is I'm eating. Okay,
so the chicken, we pan saute off in a chili lime oil with just diced bell peppers.
Mm-hmm.
You have an avocado lime sauce on top of it, the pickled red radishes, and the microgreens.
Locally made?
Yes.
Microgreens.
Microgreens are definitely, they come from Jesse Smith. He owns Yellow and Green Blues. It's around, he does a lot of stuff around here. He does a lot of the farmers markets, that kind of stuff. Those craft events where they'll have, more that, oh man, I can't think of the word. Cottagecore style stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
I'm going to give this pickled radish a try on its own. I don't even know if I've ever had a regular radish. I like it. Mild. You're mostly getting the acidity, the bite.
Yeah, there's a little bit of a bite. I don't want to use the term heat, but there's definitely a little bit of a bite to it.
Not much of a heat. It does like get in the back of your throat just a little bit, but definitely not anything that even I can't handle, and I don't do spicy. So.
And everything that I make, with the exception of the buffalo stuff, there's a store code, is fairly mild.
I took a bite between edits. It's going to be lack of continuity. And we're back.
Yeah. Sorry about that, guys.
That's okay. That's what these YouTube exclusives are for. I'm trying to make them somewhat edited, but mostly just raw, real, and fun. Kind of a creative outlet.
No, I think that's pretty awesome. It's, you do the record music business and stuff like that. I think this kind of thing goes hand in hand, so I'm excited to see where it grows, man.
What's the most creative thing that you feel like have you ever been a Dr. Frankenstein in your kitchen, put stuff together that shouldn't have worked and it worked?
A couple times with some things. Of course, I say that and I can't really think of anything right now. I have I got a whole book of specials, any special we ran that I put back there. We did the Greek tacos not that long ago before this, and they went pretty well. Right now we have Philly cheesesteak tacos, and it's kind of it's finding something that'll translate real well to a taco. Because you're giving somebody a handheld, which is
It's tricky.
it is it's because you don't want to go too extreme and have people not do it, and then next thing you realize you make all this stuff and it just goes to waste.
I wouldn't call this good first date food.
Yeah. So
this is when you're comfortable and you can fart around your partner.
Yeah.
And I like that. I've been married for over 10 years now.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Or this is the last stop before everybody goes home. The evolution of the menu from when we first opened to now is just the flavor is totally different. We went initially with like basic traditional style, like that's what we wanted to go with. Then we added in ground beef, just a demographical thing. A lot of people further north you get are more accustomed to ground beef style, the at-home style tacos, and then as things progressed, I kind of wanted to lean away from necessarily strictly traditional and go more towards, like fusion. Let's bring in flavors from other regions, different cuisines, I still got some ideas on how we're going to do that in the future and make it fun and interesting, and I'd love to get like a big map up and just, once a month we throw darts at the board, and wherever
That's
it lands, we'll pick that region. We'll look up different, main dishes from that region and kind of slowly translate that into, different style tacos.
Now that you have the physical location, if you don't already, is there plans of a dessert taco? Because everybody knows that when you go to a restaurant, dessert is always on the menu.
There is. So I've had it's just been getting hold of the right people to get so I can't run my deep fryer unless my fire system works. And there's a couple things that change. So I actually have electric guys coming in tomorrow, and they're going to hook up. It's not much. It's a alarm for if there's a fire. Those are required, for restaurants. So that gets hooked up, and a special breaker goes in that will kick off the electricity and just direct it to the hood fan to suck any air or anything like that out. And once that happens, it's all ready to hook up. There's a cable that needs connected, and then we'll probably go back to, during Valentine's Day, we did churro waffle cone boats with cheesecake filling, and we used the cookies we get from Big Tom's Cookies, put them in a blender, topped them, did a cookie crumble on top and a chocolate ganache. So we'll probably go back to more of like, I think we're going to do ice cream tacos after this. So we'll do our own shells. We'll cook our shells. We'll roll them in churro seasoning, dip the edges in chocolate, and then stuff them full of ice cream.
So my kid was watching a cartoon the other day, evidently, and they were eating churros. I think it was Teen Titans. Mm-hmm. And on the way home from school yesterday, he's like, "Daddy, you know what I want for dinner tonight? I want a churro." I'm like, "What is a churro?" He's like, looks like a stick with cinnamon on it.
It is a deep fried breadstick is pretty much all it is. Full enough for 9 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
So
I'm going to pack those up.
Yeah, but I'll grab you, let me get you a box.
All right.
Get this taken care of.
All right, that concludes the eating portion of the show. Make sure you watch or listen to the main podcast where we're going to talk a little bit less about food and the menu and just more about Jimmy and his business. So make sure to check out the First City podcast. And thanks for watching me eat this amazing food. Coming to you live from Jimmy Avocados down here on Juliana Street, down by the Sheets. Front parking and back parking. So come on down and check out the new restaurant. See y'all later.